Hey Jack, first I wanted to just show you this. This is a post I made that's got almost 700 upvotes now, so it was kind of a hit, but I had a little bit of fun making images using ChatGPT to illustrate the concept of uh, how AI is replacing workers. In this case, it replaces all the people digging with shovels, sort of like, like a backhoe replaces the people digging with shovels. You still may need the one person there to drive the backhoe, but that doesn't mean it doesn't replace a whole lot of people. And I also used a similar illustration, also using the same sort of motif, to show how cameras have essentially replaced portrait painters. You really don't have a lot of market for this anymore. And I had a little fun with what I think you call a medium shift gag, where these are more realistic than the actual drawing that they're within. But the idea that portrait painters, do you need them? They're kind of replaced, but we're kind of okay with that because we like photography. It's useful. And then I mentioned that these days, this sort of illustrator, this is supposed to be someone maybe in the 70s or so that's illustrating using old-fashioned techniques or traditional techniques, while here's someone generating something in ChatGPT or in a image generator. And I thought it was kind of fun to use the images from the previous things, including this one up here. So what I thought was really interesting here was where someone, there's a lot of discussion that happened after this, but here's someone saying that AI is only good at churning out stuff we already know, and here it churned out pages of utter nonsense when dealing with the high-level math problems. And I kind of questioned, well, you expected to do high-level math? It just learned to hold a conversation. We didn't think that was going to happen for a long time. We had a bit of a conversation about it, but then he finally gave me this problem that he said it utterly failed on. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of hard. I don't know how to do this kind of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff there, and it's got to, read the image. And I was telling it how it can't do image generators and image input and such. It's learning that, but they're different models right now. It can do this sophisticated thing of blending a crocodile and a duck, but it has a hard time with certain other things still. But then again, I went ahead and tried his thing, and turns out it knocked it out of the park. He's like, it got it correct. Wow, I stand corrected. Way better than what was 6 months ago. And I'm kind of surprised that, he would not test it. And this is very typical of people out there. They're dismissing it without really giving a good try, but at least he showed what it did. Look what it did here. It did it correctly. This is complicated stuff. It got the right answer. So I thought that was pretty cool. So this is my teleprompter thing that allows me to just paste in some text and it will scroll it by while keeping the place where the camera is clear. Now, I actually hang a camera. My own camera looks just like this one, but I hang it in front of the monitor with a little bit of hanger wire, actually. And it makes it so that when I'm reading this, my eyes tend to stay pretty much on the camera. They might go a little bit to the side, and they might go a little bit up and down, but they, for the most part, stick to the camera. Now, I can control the speed it goes. For instance, if I press 9 on the keyboard, it's going to go a lot faster. If I press 2, it's going to go slower. So I can do that as I'm recording. If I start to get ahead of it, I just slow it down. If I get behind it, I speed it up. But usually I want it somewhere in the middle here. Probably about this speed, I think it is, but you can kind of see it better as it's going at a faster speed. This is speed 7, and for the most part, after it's gone that speed for a bit, you'll see how it keeps the text from going into the area where the camera is. And making the best use of my monitor to see the text large enough that I can see it. I can kind of see it from my peripheral, but it does the trick.